Good afternoon to all the viewers and welcome back to ICCA Live, World Class Culinary Online. Today we have yet another interesting session on US poultry the professional way on the topic of popular marinades from around the world, part 2. I will now hand over to our host, Shanaz Rajab, Director of Courses at the ICCA Dubai. Over to you, Shanaz.
Thank you, Karun. Hello, everyone. Once again, I'm happy to welcome all of you to this training session on cooking with US chicken with Chef Adam Jong from our Faculty of Cookery here at the ICCA. In my previous introduction to you about US chicken, I mentioned the amazing yield, and so this time we will demonstrate recipes using the deboned leg quarter. As I mentioned before, it is very important to know that this chicken is hormone-free and provides very high quality vitamin A and protein because it is corn-fed and soybean fed. For those of you who are here for the first time, a very quick and short intro on the ICCA. The International Center for Culinary Arts in Dubai is an internationally renowned vocational education training center delivering professional and personal education in cookery, bakery, and patisserie. During the session, Chef Adam's questions to you will pop up as polls for you. And if you have any questions for him, do type it into the chat and I will take them up with him for you. Do attend the entire session so we can send you a certificate of participation. Over to you, Chef Adam.
Hello and welcome to another live webinar here at the ICCA in Dubai. My name is Chef Adam. I'm all the way from South Africa with about 26 years of experience, international experience in the culinary arts. Today, theme is about marinades from the East, and we continue our journey with marinades across the world. First, we're going to start off with the Middle Eastern, and then we going on to the Indian subcontinent, and then off to Malaysia. So in these recipes today, we will use US chicken leg quarters that's been deboned and skin removed. So what do you need to know about US chicken? US chicken is produced in a crescent from Delaware all the way to Texas. It is grown by individual farmers. It's inspected by the USDA before it is exported. It is halal, and it's one of the most commonly used proteins all over. High in quality protein, low in fat content, rich in vitamins and minerals, B6 and B12, vitamin A because it is corn-fed and also soy-fed, rich in vitamin E and antioxidants, iron, zinc, and copper. So, Missionaries, to start off, shall we ask them a question quickly? Missionaries, can you hear me?
Yeah, I published the poll, Chef, for them. I published the poll and it's on now. And it's very quick after you spoke about the nutritional value. So all of them have got it 100% correct. Vitamin A and E.
That's correct. Yes, well done. You all got it correct. Vitamin A and vitamin E. It's rich in vitamin A and E. Well done. So let's talk about parts of the chicken. Thank you, Chef Sunil. So today we're going to use our leg quarter, which consists of the chicken leg and the chicken thigh, also known as the leg quarter or the Maryland cut. This is a restaurant cut, and for today's recipes, I will debone them and I cut it up in nice chunks and also remove the skin for a more healthy option. So how do we store US chicken? We store chicken between 0 degrees and 5 degrees Celsius. If you receive your stock frozen, please keep it at below minus 18 degrees Celsius. Stay out of the danger zone above 5 degrees Celsius or below 60 degrees Celsius. And store raw and cooked food separately to prevent contamination. Also very important, please store your chicken in a fridge. So why do we need to marinate? We marinate to enhance the flavor. The acid in marinades tenderize the protein. Marinate for as little as 15 minutes up to 12 hours. I prefer 3 to 6 hours. It's more than efficient. Marinades generally have an acid ingredient, seasoning and spices and herbs. The leg quarter works better than white breast meat for these kebabs as the outcome is juicy and succulent. And for that reason, we will be using the chicken leg quarters. So let's start off with the Middle East. Thank you, Chef Sunil. Marinated grilled meats is referred to as a kebab in general. The meat is normally in chunks or could be ground, and then we call it koftas. Ingredients used: lemon juice or yogurt. Other ingredients: sumac powder, saffron, and pepper. Herbs such as flat leaf parsley and mint, and then of course salt. So let's start with our first kebab, which is the JOOJEH kebab. My favorite recipe is with lemon juice and saffron. Very popular Persian kebab. This marinade is dairy free and does not use yogurt. So let's start with our marinade. Thank you, Chef. So for this recipe, the saffron I have dissolved in a little bit of hot water just to make a tea from that. Can you see this, John? Good. So first of all, we're going to put our grated onions, our olive oil, our lemon juice, and then just a pinch of salt. Now to that, I'm going to add my saffron. And saffron, it's got a beautiful fragrance and color. Smells divine. Saffron more expensive than gold by weight, but it is all worth it. If you do not have saffron, you can replace it with a little bit of turmeric. You'll get a color. Of course, the taste will not be exactly the same. So I've made my marinade. I mixed it up. And now I'm going to add my chicken to that. And this is the chicken leg quarter, the thighs, and the legs that has been deboned and skinned for a healthier option. Now, you want to marinate this for 4 to 6 hours or even up to 12 hours. Thank you, Chef Sunil. Let's do it. Up to 12 hours. And the reason for that is you want this beautiful supplement flavors really to infuse with your meat. So you're going to cover this in cling wrap. Thank you. Cover this in cling wrap and store in a fridge above 0 degrees or below 5 degrees for up to 12 hours. But this is TV magic. So mine has been rested already, and I'm going to show you how to make the skewer. So I've got this beautiful long metal skewers, and I'm going to put in my onion. That will be part of my final presentation. And I'm going to stack my chicken pieces on that. Now, very important, the chicken should be closely packed to one another. And the reason for this is it will give you a more succulent and moist kebab. If there are spaces in between the meat tends to dry out. Just stack that up nicely. And please be careful not to pierce your fingers. Oh, Ms. Shanas, I wish you could smell this. This smells amazing. That garlic and onion, okay, that onion and that saffron really is one of my favorite tastes. And you can even smell the lemon juice.
The saffron is amazing. I smelled it before I came and sat over here. It's lovely.
Yeah, I can't wait to taste. So stack it up. There we go. Almost finished. And I've got about 10 pieces on my kebab. Just remember, your recipe is for 1 kilo. And then I'm going to finish up with a tomato. And this will be part of my final presentation. Now, please look that I stacked it up very closely to one another to retain the moist when I cook it. Thank you, Chef Sunil. Just take that away. and just clean up this one. Right, I'm just gonna change my gloves quickly because we're moving on to the next kebab. And the next one we're gonna talk about is from the Indian subcontinent. The Indian subcontinent, it comes from the Persian and Ottoman's influence in India, and it evolved using local ingredients. Base ingredients is ginger, garlic paste, lime juice, and yogurt, and different spices, herbs, fresh coriander, and mint. So the Hariyali kebab or tikka, the Hariyali means green. The marinade sounds exotic, but is simple to make. And it's got that beautiful fresh flavors of coriander and fresh mint. Just get this glove on. Thank you so much. Right, so for our ingredients for our kebab. First of all, let's start off with our mint chutney. And I'm gonna add my chilies, green chilies. Oh yeah, sorry. Some green chilies, I'm gonna add it into my blender. Some coriander leaves, and a lot of mint. The mint really gives that fresh flavor to this. And now to help to pulse all of this, I'm gonna add my yogurt. Now, before I'm gonna blitz that, let's just go through our rest of our ingredients. So for this recipe, we also need garlic and ginger paste. And I've made this already, and you just oh, what happened now? Technical error. Right. So we've got our ginger paste and our garlic. It's half ginger, half garlic, and we just grind it up to a paste. And then with that, our salt, some garam, which is made from the, what's it again, Sunil? This one is Bengal gram, yes. And then of course our garam masala. Now garam masala is a very interesting flavor, and traditionally they will make it from our cardamom pods, some beautiful cloves. You see that? And then of course also some cinnamon. But this changed from region to region and even from house to house. It's a very highly guarded secret. Garam means hot and masala means mix, and it's a really hot mix of flavorsome spices. So let's start with our marinade. First of all, I'm gonna put my garlic and ginger paste. Now, I can mix in my chicken to this, and again, I'm using the leg quarters, which is the thigh and the leg, deboned and skinned, and I mix this up. Oh, it smells so lovely. Now, I can marinate it like this and keep it before the time, 3 to 4 hours, and at the last minute, before I cook my hariyali kebab, add my mint chutney to this. And the reason for that, if you marinate the mint chutney with your chicken before the time, the green tends to go a brownish color, and you don't like that. That's not appetizing. Right, so now we're gonna blend up my, okay, let's just add a pinch of salt to that, and then some of our gram flour. And this will help the marinade to really stick. Just a pinch of that. And then of course, the masala, just only a little bit, the masala, just a little bit of that. And the reason for that is it is quite strong taste. Right. So now we're gonna mix up our mint chutney. Now, because this machine is very loud and our sound equipment is very sensitive, I will imitate the noise of the machine to save your ears from getting hurt. So please bear with me. You're just going to pulse it. See? Oh, Mr. Nas, this smells fantastic. And again, a little bit more. And because this is TV magic, Chef Sunil, can take that. You see? Beautiful mint chutney. Can you see that? Oh, and it smells amazing. Now, I'm going to mix my mint chutney into my chicken. And then you're going to marinate it for 3 or 4 hours. But like I said, I prefer check that beautiful green color from the chutney, and that's what you really want in your hariyali kebab. So remember, we can marinate it before the time, Sunil, and with our ginger paste and our garlic, and leave it in there. And then just before you skewer it or just before you cook it, you can mix in your mint chutney. Take that away. Just give me that. Now, I could wrap this up with some cling film and put it in a fridge above 0 degrees Celsius or below 5 degrees Celsius. But because this is TV magic and I'm trying to save time here, I'm just going to skewer it up immediately. And again, very important, we want to skewer it closely packed to one another. And the reason for that is you want your kebab to be nice and moist and juicy. And for that reason, I prefer using the chicken leg and thighs. It just gives that awesome juiciness to the kebab. Oh, and I love this beautiful green color. Goes so well with this, and it smells amazing. Go through the trouble. It really is worth it to make this at home. Simple and easy. And the nice thing about chicken, it's very affordable, especially in these days. It is very affordable compared to other meats. And with the skin removed as well, it makes up for a very healthy option. Now, because my oven that I have in the studio right here is a bit too small, I will cook this outside in the main kitchen. Oh, that looks delicious. Chef Sunil, just take that away. Don't worry, I'll clean up now. So, because my skewers are too long for the oven I have here, I will cook this in the main kitchen outside at 250 degrees in a preheated oven for 8 to 10 minutes. Now remember to keep a drip tray underneath for the drippings, or otherwise you have to clean up the oven afterwards, and that's unnecessary cleaning. Now we will cook this to internal core temperature of 71 degrees or higher to make sure the chicken is cooked right through. Now, Chef Sunil, would you please cook this for me outside quickly? Preheated oven 250 Celsius for 8 to 10 minutes. And keep an eye on that for the color. Mashinas?
Yes, Chef. I published a poll for you.
Hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I published a poll
Can
for
we
you.
ask another question quickly, please?
We did, but you just gave them the answer just before the poll, so they all have it correct once again.
Sound.
Yes.
Now,
How long should I can hear you? I can hear you, Chef.
Seems to have a little bit of a technical problem here.
I
John
can
just
hear you.
told me, Chef, keep on smiling. Okay, John, I will keep on smiling. Try my best.
Can you hear me, Chef?
We lost the sound. Just waiting
Can you
for that
hear
to
me
come
now?
back.
Can you hear me, Chef?
Shahnaz, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. And all the answers are yes, Chef, I can hear you.
All right. So let's go on to a sound to come back. That's sorry for the technical. Can you hear me? Hello, welcome back, Missionaries.
Chef, you're making too much noise. I can hear you very clearly.
Well, I can't hear you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you can't see Missionaries, but she's inside my head via earphone. We just lost a
They
bit
can
of.
see me. They can see me.
Can
They
they
can
see
hear
you?
me.
She looks
Yes.
very, very pretty today. Yes. So, can we go to a poll quickly?
We finished the poll and all
done
the
the poll.
answers were correct. Yes, you seem to
Okay.
have missed the poll, but not a
Fantastic.
problem.
So the poll was,
Yes.
what part of the chicken gives succulent and juicy kebabs?
No,
And
not that poll. Not that poll.
Oh, the previous
we
one.
gave the poll.
Okay.
Well,
Thank
did
you.
I give them the previous poll by mistake?
Okay. So now we're going to go on to the, are we going on to the next poll, madam?
No, we're going on to your next. You can go on to making
Okay.
the satay now, to showing the
Okay.
satay.
Thank you so much. Right. So we're moving on. We've been to the Middle East, and we've moved on to the subcontinent of Asia, and now we're going with an Asian marinade. So Asian marinades is generally diverse and generally soy sauce based, common known the teriyaki sauce. I have chosen the Malaysian satay to show you how to use a bamboo skewer. So easy to cook on a frying pan or a griddle pan like I will do today. And the best option for kebabs and of course for satays is on a wooden fire. Now I've soaked my bamboo skewers in water for an hour or half an hour before the time, and this will prevent the skewers from burning if you put it on the charcoals or even when you do it on a griddle pan. Now let's start with our marinade, and this is the Asian marinade. So first of all, very important, onion, garlic, galangal, lemongrass, shrimp paste, and vegetable oil. Now, for you, those of you who do not know these ingredients, I will show it to you. Don't worry. So we've got our garlic, we've got our lemongrass, this one, of course, and then we've got our galangal. Not something a lot of people use, but very popular in Asian cuisine. And there's the galangal chop, and then these beautiful shallots. So you're going to grind that up into a paste, and we're going to use that for our marinade, and I've done this already. So there's my paste. Okay. Then of course we're going to use cumin, some fennel seed powder, and some coriander powder. And here I've got a seeds for you just to show you what it looks like. So this is my fennel seeds. John, can you? Yes, beautiful. And then my coriander, and then my cumin seeds. So this has been grounded up into a powder, and I'll use this in my marinade. So first up, I'm going to add my ginger, my garlic and lemongrass and galangal and onion paste. And to that, I'm going to put a pinch of my coriander, some fennel. Oh, it smells delicious. And some cumin powder. And then brown sugar. Some white pepper. A little bit of ground turmeric. Of course, some salt. And some vegetable oil. Now to this, I'm going to add some sweet soy sauce. Missionaries, what's it called again?
Kesap manis. Kesap manis.
Kesap manis. I cannot remember.
I think I know. Word. I've been over you with it 100 times maybe. Very popular in Malaysia and Indonesia.
Yes. And to that
it's
I'm going to add
sweet soya sauce.
Yeah,
and if you don't have it at home, yes, if you don't have it at home, you can just add a little bit of soya sauce. And this recipe anyway has a lot of palm sugar or brown sugar in it.
Yes. Now in the recipe it says shrimp paste. I'm not adding shrimp paste today because it is optional in this recipe. Now I'm going to add my chicken leg and thigh that has been cut into strips. to that, and I'm gonna marinate this. Now we can, if you can remove this thing. You can marinate this for 4 to 6 hours, and oh, this smells divine. Really, all that flavors is amazing. Now you can put some cling wrap on this, and of course keep it in the fridge above 0 degrees Celsius, below 5 degrees Celsius, and then skewer it and fry it. But to speed up things, I'm going to skewer it immediately, and with my bamboo sticks that's been soaked in water for about an hour to prevent it from burning, I'm going to start to skewer. And I'm just going to stitch it one piece at a time onto my stick. And this can be served as a canapé. It can be served as a part of a main dish. Makes for awesome cocktails, finger food, beautiful flavors and tastes. And I'm just going to do 2 or 3. And please be careful not to stab yourself with the skewer. There we go. And just make it nice and flat. And let's do one more so everybody can see. And I must tell you, this really smells amazing. Now, in the meantime, I've got the griddle pan going here, and it's nice and hot. The best option, of course, is to do it on some charcoal. I'm just going to remove this gloves. Please, guys, always wear some gloves when you work with chicken to prevent cross-contamination. Now, I'm going to put it, my pan is nice and hot, and I'm going to put my satays down. Remember, this has been marinated for 3 to 4 hours now. And listen to that sound. Oh, I love that sizzling on a grill. And you want to cook it for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side, depending on how thick or how thin your meat is. But please make sure that you cook the chicken to 71 degrees Celsius or above. And the easiest way to do that is, of course, to measure with a food probe. Yeah? Make sure that the internal core temperature is to 71 degrees or above. Right. Chanel, while I cook the satays, can we go to a poll quickly?
Yes, Chef. Chef, I flipped the polls, the second and the third poll. So I'm just publishing the poll. And the poll is, which part of the chicken gives succulent and juicy kebabs? I flipped it the last time because you gave out the answer just before the poll. Anyway, so once again, okay, we have some, we have 10% of our, 20% of our audience are breast meat lovers, I see, but really, professionally, many chefs choose leg and thigh meat, especially the thigh meat, to make kebabs because they are very succulent and remain succulent for a long time. By the time the food, there's a time lag from when food is cooked and when it reaches the customer, and so leg quarters work very well. Okay, yes. So Chef Adam, I've answered that question for you.
Thank you so much. Yes, that's
You're
correct.
welcome.
The chicken leg quarters, the leg and thigh, deboned, gives awesome succulent kebabs. And it's nice and moist. Right. So my satays is done. I just want to put on some gloves quickly. And then Chef Sunil, can you bring our satays? And then we'll go to the final presentation. Now, let's just go and talk about the cooking temperatures again. This is boneless chicken, so you should cook it to an internal core temperature of 71 degrees and higher. And in parts with a bone in, we should cook to 76 degrees Celsius or higher. And then, of course, for whole bird or whole chicken, we should cook it to a temperature of 82 degrees Celsius or higher internal core temperature. So my satays is done, and I can start with my final presentation.
Chef, while you're presenting or just before you present, a few questions to you while you're working.
Yes, I was just about to say, is there any questions, madam?
Yes. So I have all these are private questions, and the first one is: does the chicken have to be deboned, or can I use pieces with bone in?
Yes, of course, you can use chicken with bone in a kebab, but it's much easier to eat when the bone is removed before the time. And then remember, if you use kebabs with a bone in, please make sure that you cook it to 76 degrees or higher.
And
Does it
many
answer your
people,
question?
yes, absolutely. You've been complimented on choice of recipes. Many people have asked for the recipes. They are being shared to you while we talk. They will also come to you in the email. And Navida, all the recipes are in the handout that has already been shared with you. Okay, then the next question, Chef, is in your first kebab, you use saffron. Saffron is very expensive. Is there anything else I can use?
Yes, of course. Especially in these days, saffron is very expensive. So instead of saffron, you can substitute it with a little bit of turmeric powder, mix it up with a little bit of water, and add that to your marinade. Of course, the taste will be different, but the color will be more or less the same. Does that
Okay,
answer
the
your
next,
question?
yes. Turmeric, yes, would be a good substitute, but you will get a slight turmeric-y flavor in the kebab.
Yes, of course.
Yes. Okay, so the next question is: can I marinate the chicken and then freeze it?
That will not be advised. And the reason for that is if you use get frozen chicken and you marinate it, you cannot refreeze it. You have to cook it and use it, or have to discard it. But if you use fresh chicken and you marinate it, then yes, of course, you can freeze it. But then you can only defrost it once.
Then quite a nice question actually. What should I do if I take the chicken out of the oven after 8 minutes and it's not cooked?
Oh, that's a good question. Yes, of course. After 8 minutes, remember our recipe say 8 to 10 minutes, 250 degrees Celsius. If your chicken is not cooked after 8 minutes, you simply return it to the oven and cook it to a core temperature of 71 degrees Celsius or above for boneless meat.
Okay, Chef, you know that special skewer we had, the flat skewer? Do you want to show it to
I'm
them?
coming to that right now. So,
Yeah.
because my oven is too small, the one I've got here in the studio, you get this awesome flat skewers, and they actually prevent the chicken from rolling when you're turning it in the oven. So you can get somebody to cut it for you, two sides for your pan to fit into your oven, and this really works very nicely for skewer. It's very traditional flat skewers, of course, and because you can I've got here, even they turn around when you cook it. Does that answer your question?
Yes, Chef. Thank you very much. You can go ahead with
You're
the.
welcome. Right, so my skewers came back from the oven. We cooked it at 250 degrees Celsius in a preheated oven for 8 to 10 minutes. And now I'm going to brush it with some melted butter for my Hariyali kebab. And this really makes it so succulent. And some olive oil for my JOOJEH kebab. And look at beautiful shine it's got. John, I know you're hungry. We're going to eat it now. Okay. So I'm going to remove the tomato, and this will be part of my garnish. And then I'm going to take the kebab meat and very slightly, also slightly move it off the stick. And place it on my saffron and white rice. Just hold on, Sunil. I need that one. And then for my hariyali kebab, I'm going to put it inside my naan bread, hold it, and just simply pull and serve. And look how awesome that looks. Thank you. So there we have it, our final presentation, my JOOJEH kebab, and we serve it with a beautiful John, can you see that there? Yeah, with a beautiful onion salad, some saffron rice, and look the beautiful colors on there. Looks amazing. Then my satays I serve with a peanut sauce, and really something nice to snack on. And then of course my hariyali kebab I also serve with a light salad, and look how amazing that is, and a mandarin sauce. So thank you. These recipes have been shared with you. Thank you for being with us. Please join me next week. Next week we continue our journey, and next week we're going to do some cold presentations with US chicken, of course. Hope you learn a tip or two, and then see you next week. Same time, same place. Thank you very much. Over to you, Shanaz.
Thank you, Adam. That was really lovely. And I think all those boys in front of you are going to have a great feast. Thank you, everyone, for being with us and being so interactive on the chat. I do enjoy chatting with you all. And do try out the recipes. Look forward to seeing you once again next Monday with Chef Adam to continue different and new recipes using US chicken. Bye-bye, and thank you, Karun. And over to you, Karun, for the final sign-off.
No. I think lots of running around just to get a perfect shot. Nice work, John. Thank you, Shanaz and Chef Adam. Wonderful kebabs in front of me. My God, this smells amazing. And of course, can't wait to try it after the show. For those who have joined us a little late, an email will soon follow the replay video of this webinar together with the handout as well. Of course, we encourage you to recreate these recipes and share them on your social media platforms by tagging at ICCA Dubai and at US Poultry. And of course, we'll have them share them on our social media platforms as well. We look forward to seeing you in the next session on ICCA Live. Until then, goodbye from all of us here.